You didn't come this far just to go back. And yet, this is the exact point where most people do. Not because they don't know better, but because the door is still slightly open. It looks like checking in just one more time, replying when you know you shouldn't, revisiting something you already decided was done, convincing yourself this time will be different. And you tell yourself, it's not a big deal. I'm just seeing how I feel. I'm more aware now, but that's not awareness. That's reopening a door. You already closed it for a reason. And here's the truth you might not want to hear. You don't go back because you've changed. You go back because the pattern is still familiar. If you're new here, hi, I'm Cherry. I'm a spiritual life coach, numerologist, and energy alchemist. And this month we've been working with Energy 8, the Pranic body, the part of you responsible for your life force, your energy patterns, your emotional loops, and whether cycles complete or reopen. So when you go back, you're not just making a choice, you're reactivating the energy. Because every time you reopen the door, you restart the loop. You don't pick up where you left off, you go right back to the beginning. Before we go any deeper, if this is hitting you already, I would love for you to hit subscribe and tap that notification bell. It's free and it really helps the channel grow. Because this is where you stop repeating cycles and actually break them. So let's be honest about this. You don't go back because you're confused. You go back because something in you is still pulling you there. And it sounds like, I just want to see how I feel now. I've grown. It might be different. I'm more aware this time. And on the surface, that sounds like progress. But underneath that, you're re-entering the same dynamic with the same nervous system, expecting a different result. And I'm going to say this straight. Awareness doesn't cancel out a pattern you haven't fully broken. From an Energy 8 perspective, when you go back, you don't just revisit the situation. You reactivate the entire energy pattern attached to it. The same emotional responses, attachments, expectations, and behaviors. It all comes back online. And this is why it can feel okay at the start, because there's a moment where you feel in control. You feel more aware. You feel like this time is different. But that's not change. That's the start of the loop resetting. You go back because it's familiar. Your system knows how to operate there, how to respond, how to engage, even if it's not good for you. And you're not just going back to the person or situation. You're going back to the feeling, the intensity, the emotional engagement, the version of you that existed in it. There's also this belief, I'll handle it different this time. And that gives you a sense of control. But control doesn't break the pattern. It just delays you seeing it again. From a pranic body perspective, you're feeding the same energy. And what you feed rebuilds itself. So the shift is this. You're not going back because it's right. You're going back because it's familiar. And once you see that, you have to be honest about something else. Why it's actually costing you more than you realize. So let's talk about what this is actually costing you. Because it's not just about going back for a moment. It's about what that moment reactivates. Every time you reopen the door, you don't pick up from where you are now. You drop back into the version of you that was in it before. The one who overthought, overgave, tried to make it work, ignored what they knew. That version is still there in your system. And reopening the door wakes it up. Now, from an Energy 8 perspective, you're not just revisiting the situation. You're restarting the entire energy loop again. The same pattern, the same attachment, the same emotional cycle. And here's the part most people don't realize. You don't just lose a moment. You lose days of mental space, emotional stability, clarity you had already built because your system has to recalibrate again. And you'll notice it. That feeling of being pulled back in, thinking about it again, questioning yourself again, feeling less grounded than you were before, not because you regressed permanently, but because you reopened something that was closing. And this is the biggest one. Every time you go back on a decision you already made, you weaken your trust in yourself because part of you is saying, I know what's right. And another part is acting against it. And again, I'm going to say this clearly. You don't need more evidence. You already had enough to close the door the first time. From a pranic body perspective, this is where your energy leaks. Not in big decisions, but in small moments where you reopen, re-engage, reconnect. And each time you give your energy away again. So the shift is this. It's not just one moment. It's a full pattern being reactivated. And once you see the cost, you stop asking, should I go back? And start asking, how do I hold the boundary, even when it's uncomfortable? So now that you can see it, you know why you go back. You know what it costs you. But here's the truth. That doesn't stop the pull, because in that moment, it doesn't feel like a pattern. It feels like just one message, just check in, just seeing how I feel. And that's exactly how the loop gets back in. From an Energy 8 perspective, this isn't about making a big decision once. It's about what you do in the small moments where the energy reactivates. So let's get into this. So let's go into that moment. The one where you feel the urge to text, to check, to go back. Sit comfortably, drop your shoulders, place one hand on your chest and one hand on your lower belly. Inhale slowly through the nose for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now bring your attention to that feeling, that pull, not the story, just the sensation, the urge to act. That's the moment that matters, because usually you follow it, you act on it, you reopen the door. But this time, you're not moving. Stay with your breath. Let the urge be there without responding to it. No action, no reaction, no justification. Just presence. As you breathe, say internally, I don't need to act on this. This feeling will pass. I can hold the boundary. Let your system hear that, because what you're feeling is energy trying to move through an old pattern. And when you don't act on it, the pattern doesn't complete. It weakens. Stay with your breath. Inhale, hold, and exhale longer than you inhale. And notice the urge rises and then slowly starts to drop. That's power. Most people think strength is resisting the urge. It's not. It's not responding to it. The version of you who actually breaks the cycle isn't someone who never feels the pull. They're someone who feels it, recognizes it, and doesn't act on it. And when you start doing that consistently, the door doesn't just close, it stays closed. So now you've felt it, that moment where the urge is there and you don't act on it. And that right there, that's the difference between repeating a cycle and actually breaking it. Because let's be honest, you already knew what needed to end. This month didn't show you something new. It made you stop ignoring what you already knew. And I want to be real with you. You might still feel the pull. You might still have moments where you want to check. You want to go back. You start questioning your decision. That doesn't mean you've done it wrong. It means the pattern hasn't fully lost its hold yet. So from this point forward, this is your standard. Not do I go back, but do I respect the decision I already made when the urge shows up? So when the urge shows up, pause and ask yourself, am I about to reopen something I already closed? That question will stop you in your tracks. From an Energy 8 perspective, this is about energy integrity. Your energy stays with you when your actions match your decisions. But when they don't, you fragment your energy. You send it back into the past. And when you hold the boundary, even when it's uncomfortable, you gain self-trust, clarity, emotional stability, grounded power. Not because it feels easy, but because you chose yourself anyway. The version of you who walks out of this month isn't someone who keeps doors half open, revisits what they've already outgrown, second guesses their decisions. They're someone who closes the door, locks it, and walks forward without looking back. And when you start living like that, you don't just move on. You stop repeating the same patterns completely because you're no longer available for them. As we close out this month and complete the journey through Energy Body 8, I want to ask you one question. Who are you becoming now that you understand your power differently? Because this month was never just about learning concepts. It was about remembering that your energy is precious, your boundaries matter, and your life force is not something you're meant to spend proving your worth. If these August videos have supported you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join this community. We're not just collecting spiritual information here. We're rebuilding lives that feel aligned, empowered, and deeply authentic. And next month, we step into Energy 9, where we explore completion, refinement, and the endings that make space for new beginnings. If you're wondering what season of life you're personally in right now, start with my free Numerology quick guide. The link is in the description box below. It will help you uncover the core numbers that shape your unique path. And if you're ready for real clarity, my personalized numerology report is where we go far beyond the basics. I'll decode your soul blueprint and show you the patterns, lessons, and opportunities that are specific to you. Before you leave, I'd love to know, what has been the biggest shift during this August series? Was it boundaries, burnout, power capacity, or something completely unexpected? Share it in the comments below, because I genuinely love witnessing your transformation. Remember, sustainable power isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming more fully yourself. Thank you for walking through this month with me. Keep protecting your life force. Keep trusting your inner wisdom. And I'll see you in the next chapter of this journey. Bye for now.